Good evening, welcome to News on 2. I'm Jessica Lee. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, has filed civil forfeiture suits against 41 individuals and entities to recover some 270 million ringgit related to 1MDB. Chief Commissioner Latifah Koya said the suits were filed at the Kuala Lumpur High Court 2 days ago on 19th of June under the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001. The suit is expected to commence in the Kuala Lumpur High Court on the 25th of June, 10th of July, 24th and 31st of July.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sidang hadirin yang saya hormati sekalian, seperti yang
apa yang akan berlaku ialah we are set to recover at least 270 million ringgit from the monies that has been given out to various individuals. These individuals or entities include bahagian UMNO ataupun cabang dan sebagainya, yayasan, company-company dan sebagainya.
Speaking in a press conference in Putrajaya today, her first since assuming the top post, Latifah said it was done as the MACC believes that the money were transferred to the 41 respondents from former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak's bank account. The 41 respondents comprise political parties, foundations and companies, including UMNO, Parti Rakyat Bersatu Sabah, MCA and the Pertubuhan Kebajikan dan Dakwah Islamiyah Malaysia or PERKIDA. Latifah, however, said Datuk Sri Najib was not one of the respondents. She said UMNO was the biggest recipient of the disbursed money as it received a total of 212 million ringgit. She said since the investigation into the 1MDB scandal commenced, the MACC had taken various efforts to recover the money and had so far retrieved 919 million ringgit, which were returned voluntarily, including cash and properties from overseas. At the same press conference, the MACC today announced that the government is setting up a joint task force to recover $5 billion or 20.75 billion ringgit worth of 1MDB and SRC International linked assets across the globe. MACC Deputy Chief Commissioner in charge of operations, Datuk Sri Azam Baki, said the task force will include MACC officers and the National Financial Crimes Centre, NFCC, but will be led by the Governance, Integrity and Anti-Corruption Centre, GIACC.
Give us some time to find not only Pindaman but all other assets. Untuk mengetahui semua dan mungkin akan tubuhkan satu task force baru berhubung dengan banyak lagi aset-aset di luar negara sana yang kita akan cuba bolehi kerana ini merupakan satu tasking yang complicated jugalah. Jadi dalam perbincangan dengan pihak tertentu.
Without disclosing any details, Datuk Sri Azam said the assets were located in many countries. He said other agencies will be included in the task force later, including the Attorney General's chambers and the police. To postpone Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak's One Malaysia Development Berhad or 1MDB trial, which is scheduled to start on 19th of August until 29th of August, the whole month of September and October, and the first 2 weeks of November. Thomas said the application is made as Datuk Sri Najib's SRC International trial is still ongoing and is moving slower than expected. The Attorney General said that there was no way his SRC International prosecution team would be able to wrap up the case by 15th of August and allow the 1MDB prosecution team to take over on 19th of August. He suggested that the 1MDB trial be postponed to 1st of October. To date, over 40 witnesses have testified in the SRC International case and 25 more will be called in. Judge Colin Lawrence Sekera told Thomas to come back on the 15th of July with an update on the progress of the SRC International case. Datuk Sri Najib has been charged with 4 counts of using his position to attain gratification for himself as a public officer, namely Prime Minister, Finance Minister and 1MDB Chairman. He also faces 21 allegations of money laundering under the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds from Unlawful Activities Act 2001 or UMLA, involving 1MDB funds amounting to 2.28 billion ringgit. The Petaling Jaya Magistrates Court ordered actor Datuk Farid Kamil Zahari, 38, to enter his defence on 4 charges, including causing hurt to a police officer and a member of the public. Magistrate Nur Arifin Hisham today ruled that Deputy Public Prosecutor Alia Sumaya Amran had proven a prima facie case against the actor and director. Magistrate Noor Arifin set a 2-day hearing on 17th and 18th of July for the defence to be heard. Datuk Farid Kamil told the court that he will give a sworn statement from the dock. His counsel, Megat Shazli Mokhtarom, said the defence will call 3 witnesses, including Datuk Farid Kamil himself. On the 16th of January 2018, Datuk Farid Kamil, 38, claimed trial to 2 charges of voluntarily causing hurt to Constable Muhammad Nizam Jamaluddin, 24, and Accounts Executive Ashraf Ahmad, 35. He also claimed trial to the charge of using criminal force on Muhammad Nizam, who was discharging his duty as a police officer at the time, and to the charge of disorderly conduct by uttering improper words at the policeman. He was alleged to have committed the 4 offences at around 1 p.m. on 11th of January 2018 at the Kota Damansara police station. Police in Langkawi arrested 4 men and seized 84 kilograms of ketum leaves during a raid on a house at Taman Nilam, Jalan Air Hangat, Langkawi yesterday afternoon. Langkawi Police Chief Superintendent Muhammad Iqbal Ibrahim in a statement today said police found the down ketum wrapped in a clear plastic. He added that initial investigation found that all suspects between the ages of 25 and 37 had previous criminal records, including drug possession. The case is being investigated under Section 30, Subsection 3 of the Poisons Act 1952. Leaders and civil servants must jump to provide assistance to those hit by disasters. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riyatuddin Al-Mustafa Bilal Shah said this attitude would help lighten the burden of the victims who were facing a test from God. Sultan Abdullah said tests such as these tells about the sincerity of those who want to help.
Saya begitu amat simpati bersama dengan Ibu Suri dan keluarga saya di atas musibah yang dihadapi oleh penduduk di sini, penduduk kampung Haji Ali dan beberapa lagi kampung yang terlibat. Dan saya harap sebenarnya hari Jumaat ini kita semua harus bersabar. Dan inilah satu cubaan.
Sultan Abdullah was speaking after visiting and handing out contributions to 74 storm-hit families in Kampung Haji Ali in Temerloh today, accompanied by Raja Pemaisuri Agong Tunku Aziza Aminah Maimuna Iskandaria. Sultan Abdullah, who represented his family in conveying condolences to the affected families, said it was his late father, Paduka Ayanda Sultan Ahmad Shah Al-Mustain Bilal, who taught him about the need to provide immediate assistance to disaster victims. Sultan Abdullah also expressed his thanks to the security forces, government agencies, non-governmental organizations, politicians and private individuals who helped the victims of the storm on Monday. The storm, which destroyed 74 houses in 6 villages in this district, also damaged 2 suraus and schools, causing an estimated 270,000 ringgit in damages. On his visit, Sultan Abdullah and Tunku Aziza also visited several of the affected houses and spoke to the victims. Malaysia will continue to capitalize on the permanent reorientation of the global supply chain by upping the country's competitiveness to attract new high-quality investments, especially those concerning Industry 4.0.
We are competitively safe haven for global growth. Our focus will enable us to take advantage of the technical growth upstream when the time comes. In other words, we are readying ourselves 2 steps ahead, but we are also preparing for the worst of the trade war and what comes for the next 5 or 10 years of growth.
Lim said this at the 2nd British Malaysian Chamber of Commerce or BMCC Business Excellence Awards 2019 in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. The move taken by the United States to increase the tariff rate against China has led companies and investors to shift their operations to Southeast Asian countries such as Malaysia. Recently, the Nikkei Asian Review reported that telecommunication giant Apple has advised its component providers to conduct cost studies if they move 15 to 30% of their operations to Southeast Asia. Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB has changed nearly 60% of the 367,000 units of street lights throughout the peninsula to a more energy-efficient light-emitting diode or LED, which is lower in maintenance and environment-friendly. The TNB in a statement said that a total of 212,639 units of high-pressure sodium vapor or HPSV street lights, the majority of which had a capacity of 150 watts, had been converted into LEDs with 90 watts capacity from the beginning of 2018 until the 14th of June. Now, the balance will be changed to LED lights by early December next year. The change of the lights to LED under the Incentive-Based Regulation or IBR between 2018 until 2020 will reduce the risk of street light failure using HPSV from 15% to less than 1%. It is estimated that it can save a substantial sum in electricity costs between 30 to 40%. Replacement lamps can also reduce the maintenance costs, where these savings can be used to implement other projects that can provide people's comfort and well-being. IBR or Incentive-Based Regulation is enforced by the Energy Commission to ensure a sustainable electricity supply through transparent and fair returns while promoting maximum efficiency. Leading property developer UEM Sunrise Berhad recorded a decline in the number of unsold properties compared to last year. Its Chief Marketing Officer Kenny Wong Kun King said the number of units and total transactions were getting better every year.
Lucky because we have been able to manage our inventory relatively well. Stocks are moving. Are they moving fast? Not quite yet, but they are moving, which is really quite encouraging for us.
UEM Sunrise Berhad will also launch new properties which will take into account the price, number and the concept of the units. The developer's largest residential project in Kepong area, which will be launched by the end of this year, comprises 2 towers and equipped with about 900 residential units. Kenny Wong said this to reporters when met at a press conference during the launch of UEM Digital Sunrise app called The Hub, held in Kuala Lumpur today. The Hub application is aimed at making it easier for customers to make payments and get the latest information on UEM's promotions and projects. And that concludes this evening's edition of News on 2. In our top story, MACC files for feature suit to recover 270 million ringgit in 1MDB funds. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for watching.